Welcome back, Manchester United fans. Wake up, because you have to listen to this. This one could change everything about how United line up next season. We're not talking about a random rumor. We're talking about a 60 million euros move. We're talking about a player who nearly went to Tottenham last summer. We're talking about a player Manchester City are also watching. And now, Manchester United are monitoring him. Morgan Gibbs-White. Yeah, and if this deal happens, it doesn't just add quality. It creates a serious question around one man, Bruno Fernandes. Let's talk about it. This is United Top News. So here's what's happening. Manchester United are being linked with a move for Nottingham Forest star Morgan Gibbs-White ahead of this summer transfer window. Now remember something, we're still almost 4 months away from United even being able to enter the market. 4 months. And already, his name is circulating. That tells you something. According to a report from the Daily Mail, United are monitoring Gibbs-White with a view to potentially making an offer this summer. Monitoring, not bidding, not negotiating, monitoring. But when Manchester United monitor, things usually move. And here's where it gets interesting. It's not just Gibbs-White. United are also reportedly interested in his Nottingham Forest teammate, Elliot Anderson. And guess who else is watching both players? Manchester City. Yes, Manchester City. So now this isn't just recruitment. This is rivalry. This is market competition. This is United versus City before a ball is even kicked. Now let's rewind, because this is not the first time Gibbs-White has been close to a massive move. Last summer, he looked destined to join Tottenham Hotspur in a 60 million euros deal. 60 million. The move looked done, but it collapsed, fell through, and instead, the 26-year-old signed a new contract at the City ground. He committed to Nottingham Forest. He chose to stay. But now, the noise is back, and if United decide to move seriously for him, this would not be a squad filler signing. This would be a statement. Let's talk about the football side. Gibbs-White plays primarily as an attacking midfielder. A number 10. Creative, direct, energetic. But here's the key detail. He can also play on the wing. That versatility, that is gold in this modern football of ours. Especially if United are back in Europe next season. Because if you're juggling Premier League, European nights, domestic cups, you need rotation. You need flexibility. You need players who can shift positions without weakening the team. And Gibbs-White gives you that. Now here's where the real debate begins. If he comes in as a number 10, what happens to Bruno Fernandes? Because let's be honest, Bruno is not the type of a player you casually bench. But tactically, you'd have a decision. If Gibbs-White plays central, Bruno either drops deeper into midfield or he rotates. Behind the scenes, Manchester United are monitoring the situation of RB Leipzig winger Yan Diomande. Not publicly chasing, not aggressively bidding, monitoring, studying, calculating. And here's the detail that changes everything. Internally, there is an expectation that this valuation could fall this summer, not rise, fall, closer to that 50 to 60 million range. Now pause there for a moment, because in today's market, that difference is massive. That shift in price transforms a maybe into a real opportunity. Right now, Leipzig's valuation doesn't fully align with what the market might realistically support long term. Football economics are fluid. Contracts tick down, pressure builds, negotiation leverage shifts, selling clubs soften, and patient clubs wait. This is not desperation from United. This is not panic buying to calm fans. This is not a rash decision. This is calculated patience. And that should excite you more than any flashy rumor. Because it suggests planning. It suggests structure. It suggests a recruitment model that is not motion, but strategic. Now, let's talk about the profile. Why Diamande? Why this name? He's dynamic, direct, explosive in transition, a left-sided attacker who stretches defensive lines and forces fullbacks into uncomfortable positions. He isolates, he accelerates, he drives at defenders instead of recycling possession. And in Manchester United system, that has sometimes lacked natural width, sometimes lacked unpredictability in 1-versus-1 situations. That matters. He doesn't just hug the touchline. He manipulates space. He commits defenders. He creates chaos. And chaos, in the right moments, wins football matches. But here's the part that really stands out. The wording around this situation. United would have been very interested. Would have been. That phrasing isn't accidental. That suggests internal discussions have already happened. Scouting reports have already been completed. Background checks have already been filed. Clubs don't casually expect price drops. Sometimes in football, it's not the goals that decide your destiny. It's the decisions made behind the closed doors. So picture this. Sunday afternoon, March 15. The Premier League is in full flow. The cameras are on Old Trafford. Manchester United take on Aston Villa in what could be a decisive clash in the race for the Champions League. But hundreds of miles away, in Castelldefels, that peaceful coastal town just south of Barcelona, Marcus Rashford might be watching. Not as a United player, not as a Barcelona hero, but as a man waiting for clarity, waiting for direction, waiting for something bigger than a football match. Because while United and Villa battle it out in England, something even more important is happening in Catalonia. Across Barcelona, more than 140,000 club members, the socials, will be heading to the polls. They're not voting for a striker, they're not voting for a manager, they are voting for a president. And that decision could define Marcus Rashford's future. Juan Laporta has stepped down to trigger the election process, as club regulations require. A management commission is now temporarily running the club. Campaigns are underway. Speeches are being made. Alliances are forming. And suddenly, Rashford's situation is no longer just about football. It's about politics. Laporta is facing serious challenges. Victor Font, Marc Syria, Xavier Villanueva. Each candidate must secure 2,321 signatures to even appear on the ballot. But here's where it gets interesting. The biggest dividing line between the projects isn't a player, it's Deco. As journalist Jody Carn explains, the main difference between Victor Font and Laporta is the sports director position. Font doesn't want Deco, but Laporta does. And with Deco in place, Rashford's future feels clearer. Without him, things could change. That's how fragile the situation is. One election, one executive decision, one sporting director, and suddenly a €30 million transfer hangs in the balance. Now let's talk about football. Because politics aside, Rashford has delivered. 10 goals, 13 assists in 34 appearances, even while dealing with a minor knee issue. Under Hansi Flick, he has rediscovered rhythm, confidence, sharpness. Adapting to Barcelona's philosophy isn't easy, especially for a Premier League player. The movement is different, the tempo is different, the positional discipline is different. But Rashford has embraced it. and Flick is reportedly very happy. There is no doubt about that. Under the loan agreement between Barcelona and Manchester United, the deal is simple. 30 million euros. Trigger the clause. Make it permanent. But reports in Spain suggest Barcelona would like to renegotiate. Perhaps lower the fee. Perhaps use Rashford's desire to stay as leverage. Manchester United, they're not budging. The price is the price. The agreement was made. And from United's side, the situation remains exactly as it was last summer. No discounts, no reopening talks, no emotional decisions. There were whispers, rumors suggesting that if Michael Carrick remains head coach, he might welcome Rashford back. But inside Old Trafford, those suggestions are reportedly being dismissed. First of all, no final decision has been made about who will manage next season. Second, if Barcelona trigger the clause, it won't matter anyway. And third, Rashford's chapter at United may already feel complete. His last appearance came in a Europa League win against Victoria Pleasant. Drop your thoughts below. Would you take Gibbs White at United? Or is this one too risky? This is United Top News. Don't forget to like, hit that subscription button, and turn on notifications that you never miss out. And trust me, if this story develops, you will hear it here first. Thank you.